need my neighbors. No. What's up? It's your boy DJ Tay Boogie. Welcome into season 2, episode 7 of Connection Interruption. Yes, if you can hear the crunch sound in the back, because my brothers from another mother are in the building. Mark and Ryan, what's good?
I mean,
what up?
Well, somebody, I don't know. Somebody was snacking on something.
I'm being relatively healthy. I got peppers and some cheese.
There you go. He's getting all the food groups.
See? And then I'm killing it all by drinking the good old ice cold Coke.
Nice.
I need that cherry flavoring in it, though. It's missing.
Vanilla's better. Changed my mind.
You always got to be the oddball, so don't quit.
You're outnumbered 2-1 on this one.
2-1, baby. Cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke all the way.
Vanilla.
And it's got to be red enough that you question whether there's any Coke in it or not.
Yes. Very.
Vanilla cherry Coke.
That actually isn't bad.
Yeah,
I don't know if I had it.
Well, you gotta have it cold. If it's not cold, it has a little hair. Nasty.
Well, I mean,
That's
most
true.
drinks are good served cold, unless I don't know, cold outside already. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I leave them on a car door, so it's that season.
Not today. It's not.
Nah, it wasn't today.
You got like that room temperature Coke if you left it in
It
your
was
corridor
like
today.
60.
Yeah, I'll take it all
Something
day.
wrong.
I'll take the teas this spring.
It's going to be cold this weekend again, though.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You get to enjoy it, leaving work and stuff, and then this weekend you're be gaming, so it's fine.
That's true.
Speaking of which, what have you guys been playing?
I guess I'll go first on that one. I definitely been getting my Madden on. I play Uncharted because the movie's coming out, and Red Dead. So
That movie comes out this weekend, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, kind of want to see it, but it kind of looks. It kind of just looks way out there, just because it is Uncharted. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I think when action movies are a little like crazy, like him hopping on the crates, and I know it's in the game, which is cool and all, but I'm just like, right, that's just too far from me personally. However, the movie I do want to see, the new Batman, I do want to see that.
When is that supposed to drop?
March 4th.
Hey, anyone else excited about that or no?
Obviously, I am if I can rattle off the date, right?
No,
Or you're just really well informed. You just never know.
No, I really want to see that. A friend of mine has already seen it because he works in the theater, and they got a special preview.
Wow.
I hate him right now. I'm interested in seeing it because they keep saying how dark it is, meaning like it's more of a horror type movie than it is like a superhero movie.
They're keeping it like dark. I like that though. I
do too. I really like that idea.
But Batman's not a killer.
In my mind, he is.
Unless they're doing
He
an alternate storyline.
No,
I mean,
see, DC better not pull some Marvel thing. But I like the whole idea of Batman doesn't kill people. I think was just an old idea because like when the idea was coming up, like when those comics were coming out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know the lore too well. Maybe it's because he watched his parents get murdered. Spoiler alert. But
what?
but no, I don't know. I mean, even in movies, it's like, oh, Batman doesn't kill people. It's like, all right, well, that car just flipped 4 times and went off a bridge. So it's like, I mean, I think, especially who Batman is as a character, he's just some rich guy who had enough. He's like fit and has all these gadgets. Like, he can't just put everybody in like a spider web. You know what I mean? That seems more like a Spider-Man thing than a Batman thing. That dude has batarangs and like all these like cool belt and equipment. And it's like, but Spider-Man, he can like, web a guy to a building if he's falling off a building. Batman, he just looks over the edge. He's like, oof.
Right.
Splat. You know what I mean? So, but I do like that they're keeping it dark.
I'm interested in seeing. No, I'm interested in seeing how they do with it because I think it's an interesting idea. of them being as dark as possible.
Mhm.
I think it could be a really, really good one if they do it right. If you put it in there right and you have everything kind of the way that it should be, and you don't go too crazy, it could be really, really good.
So going back to video games, I've been playing some VR poker, VR fishing, and Fortnite. Kind of is the same. My video game plate is pretty small right now, so I'm not really looking to add anything. Not picking up Dying Light 2. It hurts to not pick up Elden Ring, but I know I'm not gonna finish it, so why even start it? Um, kind of so that comes out next week. It sucks, but just gonna vicariously play it through my friends. Yeah, I'm just not really looking to add anything on. There's some games that I haven't played in a while that I would like to play, but I just haven't gotten around to it like at all. I would love to start a Rust play through a wipe again. But yeah, it's just keeping my gaming plate kind of small right now, and we'll see once I get some other things lined up in my life. Maybe I'll add in some more when, but right now, just chilling. VR poker is just so much fun. It's not even really about the gambling. It's more about the interactions with people. For instance, like I was playing Monday night and in the metaverse, I'm wearing a Bengals t-shirt. So of course you're going to get some attraction, or gain some attention from that after this Sunday's performance. But anyway, this guy kept putting up L's, and so I took all of his money, all of it, all of it. So who's laughing now? But anyway,
At least it wasn't my money. That's not like.
well, it's all fake money anyway. But still, it's more. It's hey, speaking of Batman, not about the money, about
So
the
you,
message.
you committed armed robbery on Metaverse?
No, I took it via poker style. So
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
if I could, I would though. Armed robbery in VR sounds like kind of fun.
Oh shoot.
I mean, they'll eventually put in a GTA like VR, right?
Listen, if they had like a simulation like that, like GTA, like VR, like why wouldn't you be the bad guy? You know what I mean? That sounds like fun. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but I also think being a good guy could be fun too. It just depends. I always like being on like the smaller side, like the underdog. If there's a bunch of bad guys, then you want to be a good guy. But if there's a bunch of good guys, you're like, yeah, well, maybe let's be bad. Let's see how this plays out.
Nobody wants to be the hero. So
I don't think that's true. There are plenty of people out there who want to be the hero.
Not I. Not I. I want to be the bad guy. Like anytime that you have a game where you can decide if you want to be the good guy or the bad guy, like, and you get choices, I almost always wind up on the evil side.
Yeah, like Red Dead.
Yeah, like any of those, anything where it's like there's these two choices and one is like something nice and the other one is like completely like BS crazy, right?
Right.
Like
So you can let him go
going that way. You can let him go, or you can blow his brains out. All right. Yeah, I think.
Or sometimes I'll do the other thing. I'll let him go, and then as soon as the
and
cutscene's
then
over, I'll
go kill him. Yeah.
Let them think they're free.
Yeah.
So Ryan, what have you been playing last week?
I dabbled in a lot of stuff this week. I did play some of the Pokemans.
Yeah. Survey says
it's different. I don't hate it. I think I will get I think I'll get really into it eventually. I didn't get enough time to just sit down and just play it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's part of the problem. But I think it could be really good. I think it's pretty. I mean, I think it's probably the best looking Pokemon game. If I'm being completely honest. Do I like the controls and how it's a little different? Not yet, but maybe I will. One of the things I like about Pokemon games in general is that I can just pick a button and have them do something and then sit there and watch a little bit, like so I can do other things. And I feel like you have to be a little bit more attentive in this one.
Yeah.
So that's kind of disappointing for me. But overall, I think I'm gonna really wind up enjoying it long term. I played some NBA, given that it's like All-Star weekend coming up. Speaking of which, if you haven't been on Fortnite store today and you're an NBA fan, go check that out because they put all the jerseys back out there again.
Really?
So you can buy a one-time shot like they did with the NFL, where you buy one player that's a basketball player, and then you have access to all the teams.
That's cool.
That just went live today. I think it may have been yesterday, but it's definitely still good today. I got the Bruno Mars skin. I'm so excited.
Smoking out the window.
It was so funny because I got it and then I won and I got to dance like I'm gonna leave the door open. It was really, really funny. I was really excited to get a victory royale and be able to hit somebody with that. And then I played some God of War on PC as well, as I'm trying to get through that. I still have to finish Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which I did not spend time on, and I should have. And then this week on Friday, the New Horizon comes out. So
Dang, I didn't realize it's coming out already.
I have it pre-ordered. I need to beat the other one, which means I need to start the other one. I have it. Like I have the complete edition. And I've never really jumped all the way into it. I got probably a couple hours in and stopped and then played a little bit more and stopped and came back. That's another one where I need to just have like all day Sunday to do nothing but play that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be able to play that.
Yeah. Did you guys see that Cyberpunk got a huge update?
Yes, and
heard about
people are liking it. They say it pretty much changed the whole game.
Yeah. So I'm contemplating it. And I don't know how I really feel. Like I looked it up yesterday. It was on sale. I don't know if it's still on sale or not. I'm looking right now. But like I always said there's no way I would pay full price for that game. And yeah, it's $24.99 right now.
Not bad.
So part of me is like, Now the cool thing is because it was so bad, they have a free trial out there. So if you want to hop in on the free trial and play it a bit and see if you dig it, you can, as on PlayStation Store. And that offer ends on the 3rd of March. So you've even got some time to make up your mind if you want to hold out. But this new update, people are all digging it. And then I saw, Tay, did you play Sifu at all? Have you looked at that yet?
No, downloaded it, but haven't played it.
Oh, I mean, that game looks amazing. I've seen 3 different reviews that say how hard it is, and I really want to play it, but they've said it's so hard, and there is no like baby mode.
I was just reading about what they added. I was on their Twitter. They added new weapons, which is cool. What game were you saying is hard?
Sifu, S-I-F-U.
Oh, yeah. People are saying it's hard, huh?
Yeah. Like Joseph Yaden, that one of the people that I have like that we wanted as a dream guest, posted like it's one of the hardest games that he's ever played, and I was like, so what you're saying is I shouldn't play it.
That makes me want to get it now. Yeah,
people like me should not play that game, is what I jokingly said to him, and he actually just replied back like, yes. I keep looking at it because I can't stop looking. We've established that I love Japanese like kung fu and all that kind of stuff, right? Like Ghost of Tsushima was one of my favorites. Like it's the style of the game and like I don't really want to say the culture because it's not. I don't think it's a culture thing. I think it's just the art and what like the expectation of like what the game should be like and the true to like the kung fu and fighting and everything.
Right.
Like I mean, it got what 1, 2, 3 10 out of 10s, a 9.5 out of 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 9 out of 10s. Like out of what
Yeah, I
14 or
saw it on the
15
Epic Games
reviews, it's
Store.
like
They have like insane
it's
amount.
only $40.
What are
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've heard that the combat is like stupid hard. So
Yeah, from what I've seen, because I haven't tested yet. Yeah, it looks retarded. Like,
13 hours for main plus extra. People are saying.
so 26 is what I'm hearing.
Right?
Like, because I get, you know me, I get sidetracked and start messing around.
Well, the art style, and I bet like you can explore a little bit here and there. You know,
There are 6,000, almost 7,000 people viewing it right now on Twitch.
and then the deluxe version is only $50.
Yeah.
which
What comes with the deluxe? That
The digital edition, digital sound. You get the soundtrack and the digital art book.
okay.
not really worth it, if you ask me. But
Yeah, I don't know though.
I don't know how many people actually look through that. It came with like DLC, like featured DLC. Then it'd be worth
If
it.
the digital art book came where I could like turn it into wallpaper,
I
like
think
desktop wallpaper, like I might
almost
be
prefer
more
it.
likely to do that.
No, because when I got Guardians of the Galaxy, the digital wallpaper, I could turn it into digital artwork. I could turn it into a wallpaper.
You could.
So you might be able to do it.
Yeah, that might be worth it. It just depends.
Hmm.
Because some of that stuff I really like to watch, like and put the graphics and try to come up with wallpapers and stuff.
Well, speaking of Cyberpunk and stuff like that, it seems like a lot of games are getting very large updates, like right time of year.
Yeah.
I know Sea of Thieves has a big event, like update coming tomorrow, and then No Man's Sky as well. The two
That
older
game just
games.
is never gonna die.
Which one? Sea of Thieves or
No Man's Sky.
See,
Like,
I'm surprised it hasn't died, in my opinion.
It was one of those games where I'm like, I have played and I've played and I've played, and then like I actually liked it at launch, and I know I was in the minority.
Mm-hmm.
I really did enjoy it at launch, but like it is just completely different game now than it was when it came out.
So it looks like there's like a flame throwing like sentinel now. They added some like new enemies and whatnot, and new weapons and tools. You can like camouflage yourself now. Which is pretty neat. So seems like there's added some like new combat and new stuff like that. But
I probably need to start over. Although all of my planets in my original playthrough that I discovered are named after Journey songs. So I don't want to get rid of that because it was really funny. I just started like, and then all of a sudden I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep rolling. Like, we'll roll with it.
Well, and then the Sea of Thieves, it's a new adventure, a live event. So looks pretty cool. It's called Shrouded Islands. It'll run until March 3rd. So if you're looking to go play Sea of Thieves and get that loot, this live event, or chapter, what have you, you got less than a month to play it. Seems a little short, but
March 3rd is a Thursday. What's with the stuff ending and beginning on Thursdays?
I'm not sure.
That's the second thing we've said March 3rd on. Like,
yeah, I think the industry's changing because they even on the musical side, they're switching release dates.
Well, it used to be Music Fridays, right? Yeah. And then games used to release on Tuesdays, and now most of them are releasing on Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I guess Sea of Thieves is apparently doing monthly events to give it more immersion and more of a narrative. I might be checking that out tomorrow, depending on what I'm up to, because I haven't played Sea of Thieves in a while, so maybe I'll update that tonight. Yeah, it's kind of nice seeing these older games get these big updates. I mean, Cyberpunk's only a year old or whatever, but kind of nice just to see that they're not giving up as well as with Sea of Thieves and No Man's Sky. Because out of those two, I don't really expect to keep getting updated, but I guess their player base is still there, and they're not looking to make anything new. One new game. I think it's like $4, and I originally came across it from the game day stream. But it's called Vampire Survivors. It's like essentially like a 2D how to describe it? It's almost kind of like Call of Duty Zombies, but it's also kind of like Risk of Rain, like the
Is
original
it
Risk
over
of Rain.
over the top? Kind
Yeah, yeah, and like waves and hordes come at you, and you can like upgrade your character and unlock new abilities and stuff like that. It's pretty intense from what I was watching, but it looks fun. I haven't bought it yet, but it looks like a game I could easily get addicted to.
Like Super Auto Pets.
Yeah, I haven't been playing that as much. I kind of want them to come out with their new deck. Pretty much.
So
I play
Vampire Survivors on Steam is $2.99 right now.
It's $3. Okay, I knew it was something like that.
Super cheap.
Looks like a decent game.
Might be worth it for
Well,
$3.
Go ahead.
It's for $3, it's hard to pass up if it
Right.
has some fun stuff. It looks like you can shoot stuff. You've got like different special abilities you can earn throughout, shoot down lightning bolts and all kinds of stuff.
Well, there's different characters you can unlock too.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like I said, I was watching it on the game day stream, and it was pretty interesting. This past week I found out for the first time, for whatever reason, I didn't know Elden Ring was multiplayer.
Oh, is it?
Right.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one. I thought it was
It's single player, online co-op, and online PvP.
Hey,
no idea.
World breaking news, because I did not know that.
I thought it was just like another Dark Souls, like you're just kind of hanging out. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess that's good.
I think it's good. I think the online co-op would be a lot of fun. That'd probably be the only reason that I would buy the game, is because of the fact that like somebody else would be there to make sure that like I finish. Like I'd have to play through with somebody.
Yeah, the thing is it doesn't do you any good though if nobody gets it. Like, it's one of those where it's like, all right, I got this. Or like, I have a buddy who is always like, oh, I'm going to get this. And he gets it. And then we just have opposite scheles.
Mm-hmm.
And we never get to play together. So it's like, why
you'd have to
why did I
definitely
do that?
A lot like Age of Empires, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, that's because you're too busy practicing Madden right now, so you can get.
Hey, see, I knew he was gonna slide it back.
Well, here's an interesting thing. It says, in addition to multiplayer, where you can directly connect with online players and travel together, the game supports a unique asynchronous online element that allows you to feel the presence of others. Whatever that means. I assume like if you and like every now, you ever played like games where like almost like Destiny, like you would walk into a building and someone will be there, and also they just kind of like
or is it like
out.
Maybe like Watch Dogs, where somebody sneaks into your game and tries to sabotage you or something?
Yeah,
I think it'd be more like you just see like their spirit or something.
Interesting.
I'm looking at an IGN article now to kind of see if it. Apparently, it says co-op invasions and PvP duels. So maybe it is kind of like that, where people can kind of come in and try to sabotage you.
Other gaming news. I know Ryan got the shirt on.
Yeah.
The new Street Fighter. Yes.
Yeah. It maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
I'm crossing my fingers and hoping like Grand Theft Auto 6. So, but I no longer have beef with Rockstar because they've been giving out more news about Grand Theft Auto 6. So I'm calm now. I still have a release date. So
yeah, well, Street Fighter 6 is expected to be announced because the Street Fighter 5 tournament Capcom Pro Tour ends on the 20th. And that's also when the countdown ends.
yep.
Like
6
this countdown
years.
that they have going. I will be very, very interested to see what they do. I love Street Fighter. I've loved it since the Street Fighter 2 in the arcade. The number of quarters I've put into that game is just not even right. Street Fighter 5 was I don't want to say disappointment, but it was mildly disappointing for me because I felt like the character roster wasn't good at first. And they released characters in packs like as you got on, but it was like I already paid $60 for the game, and then they started releasing all that additional packs of fighters, and then they eventually just released like the arcade edition that has all of the fighters, and you're like, well, so I could have just waited.
Yeah,
like
right? Because I hate to say it, I bought it twice.
Yeah, and that's my issue. My other issue was that when we knew this going in, it was going to be exclusive on PlayStation. As far as on consoles went, but I have it on Steam, but there weren't enough people playing it. Like if you try to go online and play against anybody, there's just nobody out there playing it.
Yeah.
So, and that was from the jump. There was a very small community on PC.
Hey, and speaking of Steam, is the Steam Deck out, or did one of y'all get it?
No, not yet.
Because I was scrolling through articles and I seen that somebody went and now you could make what's that machine that does create stuff
like a 3D printer.
Yeah, you can 3D print the case for Steam Deck.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it's not quite out yet. We were looking to see like what wave I'm in. I guess I'm in the second wave. But I don't know what that really means at this point as far as when it's actually going to release.
Because I was itching to get another Switch, like the one you got. But
yeah,
like a second one, or did you sell your first one?
I still got my first one, the original.
Like you want the OLED?
Yeah, I want the big screen. But I've been debating. I was like, is it really worth the buy? And I seen it in person. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah.
I bounced back and forth, and we've talked about this off air. Like I bounced back and forth whether I was going to get that one or not, and then I got my hands on it. It's worth it. So the battery life alone has been worth it.
So, question with that one: can you play your old Switch games on there? Or no?
On what?
The new one.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yeah.
If they didn't, there would be.
Well, so like, if you have two, let's say you have two, and you hit to set one as your primary console, and then the other one, it pings the internet to make sure that you own the rights to the game. So, like, I have one that I pretty much only play in the house, and that's the one I set up is the one that's going to ping the internet. And then my one that I take with me places is the one that I set as my primary, so it doesn't have to be on the net to check it and make sure I own the game.
Gotcha. And Mark, I know I seen this article, and the first thing that came to my head, I know he's going to have something to say about this. The lead designer, Battlefield 3, doesn't like Battlefield 2042. He said he was not impressed.
I never even got it, but from everybody I talked to who got it, it doesn't sound like anybody really was.
It was not good.
I mean, that does not surprise me.
2 or 3 rounds in, and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
So you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
yeah, I had it. It was, it's, again, I'm not your regular Battlefield player. The maps are too big. You spend more time running from place to place if there's no helicopters, tanks, whatever, where you spawn. I think it would be fun if I had a crew to play with, like if I had a crew of 3 other friends or whatever, and I was playing as a squad of 4 or whatever. I think that would be fun. Just like I think that Rainbow Six Extraction would be more fun with more people.
yeah, I definitely did the Rainbow Six.
Like I like playing it as a lone wolf, and I think there's some interesting things, but I think it would be a lot of fun to play with other people. But I don't like it nearly as much on my own. Like not nearly as much on my own. And that may be why I don't like Battlefield.
Yeah, I mean, Battlefield's definitely more fun with like a squad because then you can kind of get a medic, get a little best of everything. But at the same time, and you can communicate and stuff. But I just think not only with the bugs, but I think it's just I think the map size they kind of like just went too far with it. But like I said, I haven't played it, so I can't give a full opinion.
Because he was complaining, he said, why are there no smaller Infinity maps? Why was a 120 player count a thing? Why are whole maps?
Because I can actually shoot people.
Yeah.
When there's 128 people, there are plenty of people for me to shoot. I would play rounds of Battlefield when it was a 64-person map, and the map was as big as it is, and not see anybody for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it needed to be 256 people.
Yeah, it still needs to the maps just need to be smaller. And I get the conquest and wanting bigger space because you've got the tanks and whatever, but just give me action. Like give me a small map. Like I watched somebody play Warzone, and they were playing on a different map, like a smaller map than the regular map, and the rounds ended much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like in Fortnite, you may have a 15-minute match, maybe. If you last to the end, you may last a little longer than 15 minutes in most cases. But like Battlefield, one round of conquest is like 30 to 40 minutes. It seems like. So it's like I can't hop in and do a quick game and then bounce. You know, like it just takes too much time.
So I know what not to get when I go to GameStop.
It's not, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where I'm like, it's okay, but it's not. I'd say it's not my cup of tea, but it's really just not anything that interests me in running. Like, I hate Fortnite at times because of that. Like, if I'm trying to just run and stay in the circle or whatever, I'm like, oh, I haven't seen anybody. Like the other night, I was ended top 10. And I hadn't seen anybody, and there's 10 people left. That's not fun to me. You know, and I like, cool, I got another top 10 finish, but like I didn't see anyone until that person killed me in 10th place.
Yeah, I mean that is a tough thing, and you can kind of control it in some games. Like, you know what I mean? Don't land like super far out or whatever.
Well, but sometimes there's a quest to do it.
Yeah,
like that's hey, you get double X or you get extra XP if you land on this specific spot, and then it, like when you do it, and then you're like, oh crap, I'm super far away from everybody. Now I'm just gonna spend the whole map whole time running. And Battlefield feels like that the entire time you play it.
Yeah, like I wish they would trial it because I would like to try it, but
yeah, it'll probably wind up on EA Play or whatever soon. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been one of those. It's been one of those, especially today. Yeah, because I was sitting here and I was looking. I was like, I need to get my PC games up, and I need to make a trip to GameStop because I haven't been to catch what I can find on sale. But
They
now
have a
since
mouse. They have a mouse right now that I really want to buy. And
GameStop does.
yeah, and it's just because of how it looks. It's I can't even remember what game it's for. It's like I want to say it's a Rainbow Six mouse, but it's like glacier. It's like black ice. Like it's really cool looking, but it's expensive. It's never gonna happen. Like it's not super. It's not like it's a fortune. It's like $70. It's by Steel Series.
What's it called?
It's the Prime Precision. Here it is. Steel Series Prime Precision Esports 6 Siege Gaming Mouse. It's like it's white, but it's not white. Like it's got this weird. Here, let me see if I can pull up a. It's the Black Ice Edition, is what it's called. It looks super cool, but I will never buy it because it's just
that is cool.
it's very very cool looking. But
$70? That's not terrible.
I know it's not terrible, but it's one of those like, do I really want that?
oh
69 grand.
Yeah, it's just super cool looking, right? Like,
yeah, that's dope.
I don't know if I'll ever jump on that, but
Hold on, go back and get the picture outside of the box real quick.
outside the box.
Yeah.
Nope. Let's go back to it.
No.
I don't know if they have a picture of it outside.
Oh,
there
man,
it is. There it is.
That weighs 70 grams. My currency, like I'm like not in the market for a mouse. Like
I'm not
mine's-
either, but that's it. Like, it was just hanging there. It's just like I don't need another RGB extra long mouse pad, but they have a Halo one. That's a Razer one, and every time I see it, I just look at it and drool. But I am going to be playing some more PS5 here soon, so I'll probably be away from my PC maybe.
Boo!
Well, I mean, I got to finish a couple games, and then I got Little Big Planet, like Sackboy's Big Adventure was on sale for like $10 or something. It was not expensive at all. And I had a gift card for a PlayStation Network that I used on it. So it was nice. I want to play that a lot. I have a feeling that game is going to be super fun. But I'm also interested in seeing like what Nintendo is going to be doing, because they just announced that the 3DS and Wii U eShops are going to be shut down.
Yeah.
And then the eShop on Switch is going to get an overhaul. It's the My Nintendo Store is what it's going to be called.
Ooh.
So they're going to be changing some different things around. I don't ever use my rewards points, so I'm interested to see like what I can actually get with them. They're like, you can still get rewards points for purchases, and I was like, oh, that's a thing. Yeah, you're right. I get an email every once in a while. Yeah, I get an email every once in a while reminding me that I have the points and they're eventually going to expire. That tells you how often I use them. But it'll be interesting to see how they redo the store.
See, that's why I shouldn't go online. This is terrible. I'm sitting here on GameStop's website. So, Turismo's coming out, and also Grid Legends, racing game.
Yeah, is Gran Turismo only on PS5?
I think
Or is it on?
Yeah.
Originally, I think it was announced only on PS5, but then I thought they were changing it.
They might be changing it, but last I thought it was only on.
Hold on, let me go back and look. Hmm.
2 discs on PS4.
Yeah, that's a lot of space.
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming out on PS4. It's going to take 2 discs.
So that come out March 4th. Grid Legends comes out the 25th of this month. 2K22 Wrestling comes out the 8th of next month.
While we're on that note, did you see Cody Rhodes left AEW? I'm really interested to see what happens at this point. Like, I'm not sure if it's a work or if he's really gone. Like, I know this isn't a wrestling podcast, but with the 2K, with the 2K game coming out, like, if he comes back to WWE, they've got to put him in the game.
Yeah.
Like, and he's got to be in quickly.
But one thing I say about the wrestling, they do a lot of updates.
They do, usually. I mean, they took a year off, so this one better be good. I'm also interested to see how many characters are in the game that are no longer with the company. Because they've let so many people go over the course of the last year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot of edits. Hey, have y'all seen this game? It is called, let me go back, Ghostwire. It comes out, Ghostwire Tokyo. It comes out.
That is a PS5 exclusive, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I won't be buying it, but it looks pretty dope.
I like no reviews on the website.
Yeah, it's it
comes
out for a while. It's not out till the 25th of March, right?
Yeah, it's PS5 and PC.
If you're a PlayStation Plus member, you get 10% off if you pre-order it. By the way,
the story looks a little.
I don't know. It's another one of those Japanese games that's gonna get me. But no, I hopefully I'll hold out on this one. It comes out near my birthday, so I can kind of be like, this is what I want for my birthday. Can I get a PlayStation Plus card? Or a PlayStation Cash card? Because that's one I don't know that I would spend full price on. So pre-ordering it would be a big thing for me.
Oh, okay. Watching this like showcase on YouTube.
Yeah,
really interesting. The COVID restrictions they have going on in the video, but beyond that, the game looks like I like the art style and stuff. Looks unique. PS5's been announcing a lot of games because they also announced. What is it called? It's called Wanderer. It's a new VR game, PlayStation VR game. I'm not sure that it's an exclusive, but it looks like it. Pretty sure it is. But it is a time traveling adventure VR game. But it looks pretty solid.
Kind of like Butterfly Effect.
It looks pretty much exactly like that, but it's VR.
$39.99.
Wanderer. I would get it if it was on the Oculus, but it is not.
Who's the studio that's doing it?
Odd Boy and M3.
The publisher is Wanderer Limited. That doesn't help me. It's weird. Odd Boy, M Theory, and Method are the developers. And it came out already, huh?
It looks dope for the video.
Right?
On the moon. Yeah.
There's a moon. Yeah, it looks like one like on the drums. So I'm sure famous concert.
Road to VR gave it a 7.9.
Looks like here your
Metacritic score. There is no Metacritic score. That's interesting.
1 year lived Nikola Tesla. Very interesting. I hope they January 27th, but
yeah,
I don't own a PlayStation VR, so
I do. It just sits here.
Well, hey, I guess you have to get it now.
Yeah, I'll have to try that one. Again, it'll be another one that I will wait till it's not $40 because it's one that like I very rarely play the VR. I think I would play more if I had the Oculus, but my experience with the PlayStation VR has been hit or miss.
Yeah.
This game looks scary.
Oh, then never mind.
It does not look scary.
Yep. Nope. Tay said it scary. I'm done.
Why does it look scary?
No, not like scary. It's like, oh, I can't sleep. But it's like you traveling back in time to these different events.
Mm.
It's wild. I'll say it looks wild. Okay, I said that. It's not scary. So you can get it.
I think he's saying like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm remotely worried about Batman being scary.
Uh-oh.
Would like to go back and
What theater are you gonna see it at? Just tell me and when. I'll sit behind you and give you a couple good jumps.
I mean, more than likely it'll be here in good old Greendale if I go see it on the day of release. Otherwise, I'll join my friends out at Springdale Cinemas out in Showcase or whatever.
All 3 Borderlands are on sale on Steam.
Borderlands 3 was free on or was part of Humble Choice this past month.
Is it gone?
I think it's still there.
Would you like some lima beans, Clarice?
Oh. Yeah, there's all kinds of good bundles right now on the Humble Bundle store. You can really build your library of PC games pretty quick on there, Tay. The Epic Games Celebration pack, if you pay like $15, you get some really great stuff. One of which is Kingdoms of Amalur. Yeah, Return to Amalur, like the Re-Reckoning. That game is amazing. But yeah, there's some games. There's the F Cancer bundle, Dead by Daylight, World War Z, Payday 2, Brothers, Hamilton's Great Adventure. There's some really good stuff on the Red Faction Armageddon, which I know we've talked about in the past. A game that we've not talked about, but I'll tell you, I actually own it, and it is really fun. The Hunter Call of the Wild. It's actually a hunting game. I'm not a big hunter, but that game was actually pretty cool. And then if you're into like Warhammer and D&D and stuff, there's some other stuff on their site right now that's out there that's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm kind of confused.
My bad.
Choice for $12. Just get one game.
No, you get that featured game and then all the other ones in the pack in the Humble Choice. So it's like it's $12 and then they have a featured game, and in this case it's Borderlands 3. And then this month it was also Black Book, Perispara, Just Die Already, Before We Leave, Paradise Lost, Everhood, and Calico.
You cancel at any time?
Yeah. I've had it for over a year. They've changed it off and on.
So like it goes to my Steam?
Yep. Yeah, so you can, so in the case of Borderlands, you can put it on either Epic or your Steam account, either one. You can choose which one you want it to go on. They basically give you a code and you go into your account and upload, like put them in your account. And then a portion of what you spend every month goes towards charity as well.
Wow, I just remembered my Humble email and password. That's crazy.
Because after you've been active for so long, so 1 month active, you get 10% off on their store. 3 months active, you get 15. 6 months is 17, and then 12 months active, you get 20% off items in there in the Humble store. I've been active for 12 months at this point. Last month, Mafia Definitive Edition was one of the choices. Previous month, it was Maneater.
And what site is this?
Humblebundle.com.
Humble.
And then I got
Humble Bundle before. I just haven't used it in a long time. The Borderlands for $12, like that is a steal.
Yeah. And then like I got PGA Tour 2K21 as part of the bundle back in September. So I have it on PC as well now. But there were a lot of really good games. And I know that some people don't like it because like they give less to charity now than they used to. But I mean, they have to try to stay afloat.
It's
And
still
you can,
charity.
well, yeah. And when you buy something from them, you can pick how much of it goes to what charity. Like if you buy it on the game store.
Yeah, I remember we were having that conversation at
Yeah.
like on the show of
Yeah.
like when that news came out, and I
Yeah.
was disappointed. I do understand, but I still am a little disappointed, but I think there's more that they could have done, but
Yeah. But
I
Cyberpunk on their site right now is $29.99.
that really is a steal though. That's crazy.
But yeah, Borderlands is dirt cheap, right? Like just dirt cheap.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember when we had this discussion. I was just looking like I'm so lost on what site is what, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's a bunch of different things. Like I just think that it's cool that they give any of it to charity, and then you can pick which charity you want the money to go towards. Like the options right now, American Red Cross, Child's Play, Comic Relief, which Child's Play and Comic Relief are charities that I've done work with before. Games Aid, NAACP Legal Defense, which I've done some work with before. Wikimedia Foundation, and then Charity Water, which I've also done some stuff with before. But 1, 2, 3, yeah, like five of the. I'm
sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. 5 of those charities that are options this month, like I've done work with in the past. So, just cool to see them being able to give back. I think gamers in general are really pretty good at trying to give back and being philanthropists, but I think Humble Bundle gives you another opportunity to do that.
Right.
So you're gonna start another Borderlands run?
Well, I haven't had one in a long time, but I'm like now I might play on my Steam Deck, you know.
I want to play God of War on Steam Deck really bad. That's the one game I really want to see on there because I want to be able to just play it on the go.
Yeah. You can get all the Borderlands games right now. You get the bundle or Humble Bundle choice, and then if you go on Steam's and get the Game of the Year for both Borderlands 1 and 2, you can get all Borderlands for less than $60. Like almost like $30. That's crazy.
I think I have all of them. I was looking.
Yeah, while you looking, I just found now this is my issue, fellas. I need y'all to help me out with this. Well, buying a PS5, disc or digital. I'm so scared of digital.
Okay, I have the digital. There are moments where I go, dang, I wish I had the disc. But it's been very, very few and far between. Black Friday, I wished I had the disc version because there were some games that were on sale. But most of the stuff goes on sale digitally as well. And you save $100.
So digital is cheaper.
Yeah, it's $100 cheaper. And for somebody like me who I prefer digital to a certain extent, which I know it can come back and bite you, which like when Nintendo kills a store, like they're doing with the 3DS and Wii U. But I mean, I want the digital versions of games because I don't have space to store all my stuff at this point.
Right.
Like I know this room looks huge, but the lockers behind me are jam-packed full of stuff at this point. They are full of retro games and things like that to where I don't have room to buy all this new stuff on disc. Now, I have been buying extra hard drives off and on, like over the course of time, not recently, but in the past, where I just load up games on it and then stash that hard drive.
And that's the thing for me too, because being on the music side, it's like I have tons and tons of hard drives, and I don't lost hard drives, and hard drives don't crash. It's like, okay, how do I get it back?
It's a legitimate issue for sure.
But if you got the disc, you just pop the disc back in. Like, hey,
Yeah, but it's like all connected to your account. So like if you lose it, you just gotta re-download it, you know? Like if you go digital, you're not losing out on money. Versus a disc, if it breaks, then
There
you
are
do.
some weird situations, though, Mark, like licensing wise, that create issues. So, like, I own NCAA football 13, I think is the last one. Or no, 14.
Okay.
The one that had the guy from Michigan on the cover. Robinson, right?
Yeah.
So I own that digitally on PlayStation 3 and on 360. It is no longer available on the store.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to
makes
track
it
back
interesting.
in your purchase history to find it. Like if something goes wrong where you have to re-download it,
Right.
and like going back to when I bought that game in 2013, I guess it was. Now, like 9 years later, searching through my entire purchase history on Xbox
yeah.
or PlayStation to find it. I now know I actually have a Post-it note. I don't know where it's at right now. Like I can't see it in the dark here, but I have a Post-it note that has the dates that I purchased it on which console. So if I have to go back and re-download it, I know where to look. Because I've had to re-download that game multiple times now.
That makes sense.
Because it gets corrupted. Like the save file will get corrupted and just screw everything up every so often. And that's one game that I still play, like of the old consoles. That's the only reason the PS3 is actually hooked up behind me. And then my oldest has the 360 in his room right now because he's playing a franchise mode or Destiny mode or whatever you call it, Dynasty mode. I have Destiny on the brain because I just re-downloaded it on PS5.
Right.
Because I'm debating on making a run at Destiny 2 again here soon.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I wish you the best of luck. I could never really get back into it. It's so hard for me because I want to dive back just head first into so many games, but there's so much other stuff that I want to do too.
Yeah.
I miss being young and having literally zero responsibility.
Feel your pain. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, don't you wish that like
I didn't have kids
Twitch?
and it.
No, like Twitch was like, or like even video game content creation was like bigger, like when you're younger.
Oh,
Because,
absolutely.
Like, what I wish
I talk about that
I
all
would've
the
done.
time.
Well, I talk about my problem is like I was there, like the timing is right, but I just didn't take it serious enough, and I didn't put in like I wish I had the work ethic that I have now towards like certain things. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
my personal goal, for instance, like my work ethic towards the gym. I wish I had that ethic towards content creation back when I was younger. Because you know what I mean? Like I'm grinding at the gym, like doing all this research, putting in the work, making meals, this, that, and the other. And it's just like, man, I just didn't put the work in.
Yeah. For me, it's interesting because it's been 14 years since I've been on Twitch. Like I was one of the early adopters. So it launched as Justin TV on my birthday. It was March 19th of 2007.
Wow.
It was when it launched, and I had a video on the first day. But I was doing like an NFL prediction show at the time in 480. I recently just deleted the video. It was on my Twitch page all the way up until like recently. And I still wish that the technology had been better. But I mean, I could have done much, much more, I think, with it. But I always say that I was born like 20 years too early. Because I think that ultimately I would have been super had a super good time. Like if jumping in and doing stuff a long time ago. As a matter of fact, if anybody in the chat wants to go look, here we go. The original video of me on Twitch is actually still there. I just put it in the show chat. So if anybody wants to go check it out, like young me, not much different than old me, honestly. But there's one. It was at Christmas, like right after Christmas time, is the last video the video that I had saved. It's 13 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Week 17 NFL picks.
08.
Yeah, that was in 08. Yeah. Like, so that was the last. That wasn't even my first show. Like, I know that because I had been doing that for at least that entire NFL season.
Right.
But yeah, so I think that there's a lot of different things that people miss out on along the way, and you just have to kind of adjust. But I wish that I was like younger now so I could jump in and really go haul. Like, I would love to be pre-kids right now with the way that FIFA is and play competitively, or the way Madden is and go play against the guys that are pros now.
Yeah.
Because like, I know that back, like as good as I was back in the day, I could roll some of these fools. I mean, these guys are playing
It's never too late, man.
8 and 12 hours a day. I don't have 12-hour days to play.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, all your dreams, right? I mean, if that's what you want to do, just do it. Do it as much as you can. I mean, get rid of every other game. Just get rid of every other game in your arsenal.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard because there's so many other games that I want to play.
But it's just, it comes down to like, how bad do you want it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I just want to beat. At this point, there's just guys on the EMLS tour that I want to beat because I get tired of them talking about how great they are.
Yeah.
And I know better. Like, I've watched them play, and I'm like, I know better.
Sound like we need to jump back in.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the time to dedicate 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours a day to play. Like, I watched a guy the other day who streamed League of Legends. I got up in the morning and he was streaming, and then I got off work. He was still streaming, and it was the same stream. And then I made dinner for everybody. We ate dinner. I got ready for bed. I logged in. Dude was still playing.
That's too much.
Like,
that's too much. I think the longest I ever sat down and played straight was maybe like 12 hours.
No, I've done 2 24-hour charity streams before, so that I can say honestly it's been 24.
Yeah,
those were miserable like towards the end. But like, yeah, 30, there's no way. I mean, I know I've done like the day Guitar Hero Metallica came out, I know I played that from the time the store opened. Like, I got at the store at 10 when they opened, and I was home by 10:30, and I played it until my wife got home from work that day at like 5:30. Like, I know I played that the whole day. I accomplished absolutely nothing that day. Like, but I remember just playing the whole time. Like, I couldn't do that now. There's too many other things. And I've had some stints where like I played Madden for a good length of a Saturday. But the what it takes to be a professional at this point and to play at that level consistently, there's no way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I think you could be just as good with less hours. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Some of these guys are really, really good. And they also, and I don't want to say they cheat, but they know the exploits in the game.
Yeah.
Like, they know how to work certain pieces of it. Like, if you watch anybody who watches Tay play Madden, you can watch Tay play Madden, and he's playing it differently than the guys that are playing it like over and over and over. he has tendencies, right? And most of the online players do too. Like if you watch these people play a certain way, like you can see their tendencies. But there's guys that like will make an audible at the line like 3 times in the 20 seconds, and it does something to make your defense like get completely out of whack, and all of a sudden somebody's down the sideline for a touchdown. Like they say it's not an exploit, but I've watched it, and I watched too many things happen.
It is, because it's one where if you're on defense playing defense and you hit a couple of audibles at the line, so as they hide the ball, it's like the offensive line splits. You can hit the quarterback instantly.
Yeah. I'm not into that. I think it's the same like back in the day. Tecmo Bowl had a player that if you lined up for the kicks, like for field goals and extra points, you could like make them block almost every kick if you moved the right guy into the right spot.
Back in the day, my favorite thing before like audibles really were like utilized that much, I would love to like just do like a field goal block as like a defense. Just line them up, and then there's so many players that like if you couldn't get the pass off quick enough, like you were just done.
Yeah, I think competitively, it's really interesting to see. FIFA is kind of the same way. If you, in Ultimate Team is made it kind of broken on the professional side. Like it's pay to win versus like just being good. Like play me where both teams are equal at 75, because there's a mode in FIFA you can do that, and I bet you I could beat most of those guys that play in the EMLS to still. And there's some other people I know that are that good that could beat them. But you go and you see their ultimate teams are just stacked. So
yeah, it's like a pay to win situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Gotta pay to play.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that it's interesting to see as esports continues to evolve, like how the industry will continue to change, and then which games will become popular in the future, or like how are they going to adjust and make those adjustments? Like, will Call of Duty flourish under the ownership of Microsoft? Will Destiny really take off? Is Sony kind of lets Bungie do its own thing, but has some control over it? Like, is EA the next big studio to get bought?
I could see that.
Like who's going to pony up the cash? Where does that fall? How does that affect the industry? CS:GO, is it ever going to slow down? Like, it had a little lull there for a while, but competitively it's still really active.
Yeah, I think COVID really prevented CS:GO from like taking off like crazy again.
Yeah.
Like it did, but as far as their player numbers go, it's still so high.
Yeah.
And really all it takes is for an update for that game, just you know what I mean? Or a new case, even some new skins. Like, oh, here's some skins, and everyone's like, oh man. They keep coming out with some good ones, so I don't think CS:GO's going anywhere for a while.
Yeah. And then we've got Overwatch coming out, right? So that's the next big Activision Blizzard competitive game. League of Legends is still alive and kicking. There's just a lot of esports things that have got the industry kind of in a buzz. And then if fighting games start to evolve again, if we get Street Fighter 6.
Yes. Can we get a boxing game? I'll stay away. Please.
I need VR ones.
Yeah, play Creed on VR.
Nah, man. I need to play as Money Mayweather and what's the two brothers, Logan and them. I put them in a boxing game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we see another UFC game before we see a boxing game.
Yeah,
I think we'll probably get another UFC game or an MMA game of some sort within the next year, I would guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty accurate.
With the release of the new consoles being over a year at this point.
I really think that's what's happening in your boxing game is that they're getting taken over to VR because people are really enjoying that.
Well, and EA is not going to pay an exorbitant amount of money for licensing for a boxing game when they can just buy UFC rights and pay UFC rights, and you can box and play MMA. Like,
Yeah,
I know it's not the same, but in a lot of respects, a fighting game's a fighting game.
Sure. I just miss Fight Night.
Oh, I do too. I get that. Like the Fight Night Champions, I enjoyed a lot. Round 4 was one of my favorite, probably my second or third favorite boxing game ever, behind the Punch Out series. I have a really soft spot for Punch Out. So, but we are over on time, gentlemen.
yeah, we are.
We just keep rambling.
Well, there's a lot going on out there in the gaming world.
Yeah. So, anybody have anything before we head out here?
Don't think so.
Nah, I might have a big announcement next week. But yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Yes.
You might have a PS5.
Nah, a little bit bigger than PS5.
PS6.
You got a scorpion chair.
Oh
No.
That would be awesome, though.
Hold on.
It's just next episode, he just joins the channel. He's just boom, just like.
Hey, it is in my cart, but I don't have that yet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. Keep your secrets.
Yeah. Give people a reason to tune back in next week. We're gonna toast that on social media about Tay's got a secret.
Yeah.
Tay's got a secret.
Huh?
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. We will be back next Wednesday night. Still chasing a guest for Bungie and Sony. Thought we were going to have one tonight. It didn't quite follow through. We're still working on it. I haven't given up. I refuse to give up. I want somebody who's really into this to really, give us the green light. Also, one of the reasons that one of our possible guests won't come on is because AEW is on the same time as us. And he straight up told me, he's like, I will not come on live, so we'll have to record ahead of time if we're gonna get him on, because he watches wrestling on Wednesday nights. So, but we will see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Same bat time, same bat channels.
Same Three Amigos.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.